They don't need to focus on, hey, we're lacking people in this area. We can't really fight. They can just go at it, especially because of the Jawhead pick. But the CC is going to be able to answer this high loss on the XP lane, at least for now.
Sustain whatever Twisted Minds can bring, especially towards the early game. So let's see if this time Tlph can control the tempo.
Essentially, it's a lot easier to execute, right, at this point.
Yep. And this is a really fast farming early leash done by both roamers, Escalera and JP, but we cannot deny the fact that, of course, the Jawhead does deal a lot more damage in the early stages of the game. Oh! That was
okay. Early on, using it up, trying to rush that level 4. You also want that Lethal Wanderer just to make sure you also have vision around that area. So I like the decisions here. We won't really see the Kalea come into play maybe until maybe level 4. Really doesn't really have that much of reliability before that.
Overall, I feel like Team Liquid Philippines' idea is ultimately just really going for stability first. So they have a better idea on how they are supposed to maneuver around the map so they can actually maximize the potential of their current lineup. They're going with pretty standard emblem combinations too, primarily the tankiness for Sanford. Even Sanji picks up the tenacity and a bit of lethal ignition here and there, so they're just really trying to balance things out. It'll heavily depend on the team fights that are about to occur later on in this game.
Yeah. And those team fights, like we mentioned earlier, can be really small, depending on the preference here of Tlph. They can just go at it with the Jawhead and the high loss, and maybe with the Joy. Maybe they can just keep that trio going, and then Sanji can follow after he's cleared the waves and keep everyone safe within another realm. There's so many ways they can approach this.
Yeah, on the other hand, Twisted Minds can have more frequent engages again with the presence of Escalera, but outplayed.
That was close.
That was close.
The gold card! Okay.
Denied.
It's a deny.
Denied.
Outplayed has been doing really well in the laning phase.
Yeah, even in the previous game, and now he's just literally showed.
2.5 minutes in, flicker in. Oh my goodness, what happened?
Good counter down with a Tsunami Slam. Escalea trying to turn things around though, but Tlph was still able to secure the first turtle.
Okay.
What an interaction.
That was cool.
So Escalera was able to pull out the Tsunami Slam before he could pull off the ejector.
I guess that's an athletic finger again.
Athleticism. There you go.
Athletic finger.
Wait,
athletic finger? What's an athletic
What? Athletic fingers? That's what Niso says, right?
Athleticism.
Athletic flicker.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and he needed to use a finger to press that button. So
fine.
The moment he saw the flicker come in from JP, even before he was able to actually cast the ejector, he was already able to respond with the Tsunami Slam, but that was already enough for Team Liquid Philippines to have full control of the Turtle Pit, also forcing out the curtain call as well from Jane. So despite Twisted Minds also being prepared to somehow fight, Team Liquid Philippines weren't really after the fight.
Fun fact, by the way, once you hear the flicker, you're already too late. So, because light travels faster than sound. Once you hear the flicker, it means you're already in the air if you're the Jawhead. So he saw that. He didn't base it off the sound cues, right?
Yeah.
And he was able to counter at the millisecond that the Jawhead landed. So that was perfect. That was pretty well executed, like right now.
Science lectures. Oh. That's another Tsunami Slam though.
Oh my god. Just Kalea pinks. Oh, you ejector me? You're low. I'm life stealing.
This just goes to show how Kalea can stand on her own, even up against the Sanji and the JP for
True.
I mean, he did, however, use the Tsunami Slam.
Yep. All right, quick look onto the items. No one's yet to build a full item. It's still been 4 minutes in the game, but clearly there is some sort of slight lead in terms of the jungle advantage, since Tlph was able to secure the turtle earlier without any contest whatsoever from Twisted Minds, and they seem to be wanting to replicate that exact same scenario. So let's see how JP plays this out, since 4 members are hiding in the brushes.
Sanford goes in with a glorious pathway. Here comes JP with an unstoppable force. They were able to take down Escalera. MP the King might be the next target. In a double kill for Tlph.
Trying to go full on Ube Stampede here. And it's working so well. The Galea can't even fight back against that many TLPH members.
Yep, and the moment when Sanford just decided to cast the Glorious Pathway and go all in up against Twisted Minds, it was more of them forcing a reaction out of them. So now to outplay the next target.
Another conceal. Okay, Outplay was able to cast the Salmon Force.
Wow! Wow!
The sidestep!
Insane.
I know I'm used to seeing Jamal do the shake and bake, but Outplay did that with himself, and now the unstoppable force. JP with a flicker in, throws out Hajizi, gets caught up by Escalera and Hajizi, and now a punish from Twisted Minds.
Yeah, that felt like there was a slight miscom. There weren't enough members nearby to provide a follow-up. Not even an additional layer of crowd control. Even Sanford was way too far to actually use the Law and Order. So it was a clear punish from Twisted Minds, and now they've somewhat minimized the lead. And actually, they might be the first ones to take out a turret away from Team Liquid Philippines.
There you go. That's a start here for Twisted Minds. Obviously, they are getting. It's always TLPH starting off stuff, right? They're starting off the fights. They're starting off with the flickers. But somehow the response from Twisted Minds, they're not panicking as hard as I thought they would be.
Oh, they connect a lot onto JP. Netherrealm there, but they were still able to take down MP the King. Now the clapback coming in from Twisted Minds. Outplay with his Salmon Force. Wants to go right after Sanji. Another Tsunami Slam! A Slamajama connects onto Oeb, but Oeb was able to flicker out though. Now Carl Teasy trying to punish James. That's going to be a 1-for-1, a roamer for a jungler.
Okay.
Tsunami Slamajama.
Yep.
Slamajama? Could you call it that?
Yes, it's a
You call it that. All right.
But
To look like it!
okay. Beautiful stun coming in from Sanford, but still, with a power of 2 from Ajizi and Outplayed, Sanford won't survive.
Just when you thought TLPH already had a pretty big advantage, Escalera and the rest of Twisted Minds are getting started, and they are fighting well.
Okay. There will be no means for Team Liquid Philippines to actually contest that anymore. And we're starting to see a problem in the long-term fights that are actually being played out here in this match. It feels like Twisted Minds have more capabilities to not just sustain, but also deal sustained damage against Team Liquid Philippines. So if the team fights don't end quickly, this might go into Twisted Minds' favor.
Another counter! Tsunami Slam! Escalera gets caught up by 4, but Outplay wants to answer back with a Salmon Force. Meanwhile, on the top lane, there's going to be a 1v1 between the two junglers, and finally a successful initiation from the Cavalry.
I mean, that was pretty close, right? It felt like that could have gone either way. Either you get ejected back or you get Tsunami Slammed into the floor.
Yeah, and that's the exact kind of sequence I feel like Team Liquid Philippines has to go after. It's those fights wherein they know for a fact that they're going to get something out of it. And if they know that they can't fight any longer, then they'll have to regroup before they actually decide to engage again. Because Twisted Minds, that's actually what their specialty is, considering that they have the heart in their hands. And so long as Ohab's yet to stack up on his passive, they will have to wait a little longer before they actually are able to dish out the same amount of sustained damage. They have Carl TZ, but so long as Carl TZ also doesn't get to land the electrifying beats or the damage on the right targets, then Twisted Minds can just always almost reposition and continue with the fight.
That's what I was looking for earlier, right? We're looking for that engage, that potential to engage. It looked good when Outplayed wasn't joining them.
Yep.
It looked good for TL. But when Outplayed joined the team fights, it's clear that Twisted Minds just has so much more ways to deal with it, despite the 2K goal lead right now.
Yeah, even when you force out a couple of skills, even the curtain call coming in from James, even the ultimate coming in from Hajizi, it's a completely different story when Outplayed decides to use his Salmon Force in the perfect spot where Team Liquid Philippines are actually already have burned some resources here and there. Oh wait, hold on.
Might try to go for Escalera, who was able to still cast the Tsunami Slam. Carl TZ goes in with electrifying beats. Outplay though. James with a vengeance. Sanji with another realm. Sanford still going on and was able to take down James. Sanford caught in the middle. That's 1-for-1 in XP lane for an XP lane Oheb with the Rhapsody JP. Okay, missed the flicker. Here's the punish though. Haji with a Sacred Claw's gonna connect one more! And a killing spree from Haji. A shutdown, however, for Tlph. That's gonna be a 2-4-2. MP the King and Tlph still alive. Who's gonna clap back once again?
Tlph still looking really good, and they are answering correctly with the response from Twisted Minds. They look like they're fighting. Each and every one of them are fighting actually in the correct order. And look at that outplay, just trying to do outplayed things. Zaman Force already committed. They stopped the Lord though. That's pretty massive if you're Twisted.
Outplayed was really looking for blood.
He's looking for blood. He's mad.
They didn't get to clear out the waves that were in the middle lane, so Team Liquid Philippines also get to take down the tier 1 turret in the mid lane too. So looking at the items, just a quick check. OHEB is actually quite ahead of Outplayed. So it's interesting to see how Team Liquid Philippines feel like they really want to take advantage of this idea because of it comes and reaches the point where in Outplayed's completely able to catch up. It'll be a lot more difficult for them. Fortunately, they're able to find some angles to engage against Twisted Minds, but I feel like for JP, there needs to be a little more there needs to be a little bit more I don't know, he has to be a little bit more picky. Yeah, that's the term.
Gotta be more picky.
Regarding his targets. It's always almost been Escalera, and there's always been a Tsunami Slam response from him.
Yeah. No, okay.
Hasn't gone bad
this time,
though.
who is JP gonna pick? There's the conceal, got cancelled out. Tlph already gets the Lord. Twisted Mind has to disengage. He's trying to go for James. A lot of Rhapsody connect, and even the Vengeance won't out sustain the damage of the Filipino sniper. OM picks up one more.
That was a beautiful hit. I actually was wondering what was Twisted doing there. They were just camping out in their jungle, not really trying to respond or anything.
Yeah, the glorious pathway for OHEB has been working so well whenever they want to catch up to targets of Twisted Minds trying to run away. And now that he also has some kills, and that he also got those kills after he picked up the Sky Piercer, so you could expect that he can dish out a lot more damage as the Granger here for Team Liquid Philippines. And it worked so well for them that they both decided to go for the Conceal at the same time, but there was no successful engage whatsoever from Escalera, even though the Ejector 2 wasn't as successful. Oh wait, hold on!
What? Okay, there's the flicker, but there was the Tsunami Slam once again. NetherRealm saved by Sanji. Outplays goes in with his Zaman Force, gonna take down JP. There's the punish, but Tlph goes right after Outplayed. Outplay was able to stay alive. They still have the Lord. Escalera the next target. A double kill coming in from Sanji. They're trying to lock on the base. Outplay desperately trying to defend, but Tlph extends the series.
And of course, his